Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Well, I am so excited for this little bonus content this week. I'm excited for a couple of reasons. One, because I love it when I can make something happen that has been highly requested, and doing the expense breakdown, like the percentage breakdown of my Etsy and YouTube paychecks, was definitely something that was like overwhelmingly requested on my last Etsy and YouTube cash stuffing. So that is first and foremost. Actually, it's really not foremost. Foremost is the second reason why I'm so excited to make this video, and that is because I get to specifically take time to thank you all for supporting my channel or my Etsy shop or both. This bonus content literally wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you guys and the way that you support my channel, support me here. The level of gratitude that I have for this cannot possibly be adequately expressed, but thank you nonetheless. For those of you who may be new to the concept of this, I actually get paid from ad revenue on my videos here on my channel. So anytime you do not skip an ad, you watch it all the way through, I get a little bump from that, a small percentage of that. I don't even know what their percentage structure is. I don't know how any of that works, who decides what behind the scenes, but needless to say, I'm happy to be on the receiving end of that. So if you do watch those ads, thank you so much. I'm hoping that this video isn't super duper long and doesn't keep you very, very long, but what I'm going to be doing today is cash stuffing my Etsy and YouTube paychecks. Now I have two sheets here because the way that we handle the income is different. So both of these sheets, my paycheck plan and my monthly funding plan, are available in my Etsy shop. They're in my budget planner, which is a larger file, but then they're also part of a smaller bundle that's just 3 sheets, and it's the monthly funding plan, the paycheck plan, and then the monthly budget overview. I don't think I have one sitting here to show you, but they're just like a baseline, like these are good sheets to kind of have and print out. Even if you don't want like an entire budget planner at your disposal, having these 2 sheets is super, or the bundle that this comes in of 3 sheets is very, very handy. And so I will link that bundle below for you guys so that you can check it out if you haven't already. But first up, I will just get into, I'm going to zoom you guys in because it'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. So I'm going to zoom you guys in, and then we will get started on how I do the percentage breakdown for both Etsy and YouTube. So let's jump right in. Now, this is going to be for YouTube. So that is the income source. And this was my July paycheck, but if you don't know how it works, this is actually the paycheck that I received in July was the ad revenue that I earned in June. So you're paid on a month delay because they add up all of the ad revenue. It takes them some time. So they add up all of the ad revenue, and then you get paid for that ad revenue the following month. So just in case you didn't know how that worked. And so for the month of June, I earned $249.18. And so How we do this is literally just breaking down the cash on a percentage basis. So I just want to kind of preface up front with you guys, the percentage structures of all of this are very subject to change because this was income that I did not foresee. And so we're kind of working with the current numbers, knowing that they're going to change depending upon needs and the time of year and all of that sort of stuff. So that's just kind of a good general rule of thumb anyway, to have a flexible plan in place. Oh, there she is. To have a flexible plan in place that can be changed for unplanned or, side income or whatever. So first up in the bills and expenses category, it's actually the only one in this category, is taxes. And so what I do instead of due here, like the due date, I just put the percentage. So taxes gets 25%. And we put this aside, and when you are earning untaxed income, you have to pay quarterly. You have to pay your taxes quarterly, or the federal government will levy a fee against you for withholding their money. And I am putting all kinds of quotation marks around that because it is your money that they're stealing from you. But whatever, it's fine. We're not going to discuss that today. I mean, we will, because you're going to see how much money is going toward taxes versus everything else. But they levy a fee against you. So if you are earning untaxed income, so like Etsy, YouTube, anything where the person who is paying you or the entity that is paying you does not withhold taxes, you're supposed to be paying those quarterly. And if you don't pay those quarterly, the government gets really cranky with you. And so come tax time, they will levy a fee against you for not paying taxes to them quarterly. So that's how that works. So our taxes sit in our high yield savings account. I cash stuff them, but then once I reach my $500 threshold, they sit in our high yield savings account. And then quarterly, we work with our CPA, the guy the accountant who prepares our taxes. And then we write a check. He sends it off to the government. And then next April, come tax time, when we do the whole kit and caboodle, we will find out if we overpaid them any, and then we'll get a refund from that. But anyway, that's a very long explanation to explain why we're paying 25% taxes. We're just being overly cautious and pulling that aside. From what he said, he doesn't think it would be this much. We will probably get a refund from this, but just in case, 25% is a decent guesstimate. And so 25% of this $249.18, we rounded to $62. And so that's what I pay in taxes from my YouTube paycheck. Then next up, because we are paying down debt, even though this is side income, fun money, we are still putting a percentage of it toward our debt. And currently we're working on paying down our car. And so it gets 15% of my YouTube paycheck. And this is where, so like with everything I round it to a whole dollar, but this is where I put the change. So from this, this month, it will be getting $38.18. It's, like I said, it's the only thing we give the change because it's like, well, what can you throw change at? Debt. Debt is where you can put your change, and it adds up. Okay, so then next up, we kind of picked and chose different sinking funds that we felt were important to us, just for our family life, and things that we don't put as much money toward as we would like to because we're paying down our debt so aggressively. So this is kind of what we've come up with for now. Like I said before, this is all subject to change. And we likely will over the course of time. But right now, this is just kind of what we've decided we want to be putting money toward. And as I change this structure, I will share that information with you guys and why. Because as far as I'm concerned, my channel it's following my own personal financial health and pathway toward financial freedom and success. And so it's going to look differently for everybody. But for me, I want to be able to watch my channel back and literally be able to watch the progress that we make financially over the course of time. And I've mentioned this to you guys, even just with like our house project envelope. You're only watching me stuff the cash, but all of the life behind the scenes stuff is happening. And that's why I tell you guys about it. So it's like, I know gutters aren't very exciting, but that's what we're saving for in our house project right now. And you guys get to watch that process happen. So it's that kind of stuff. So life happens and there are different needs that happen throughout the course of your life. And so that's why with any kind of income, you just kind of have to be flexible with how you're budgeting it. And so that's what we're doing. So these are the categories right now that we will be funding with my YouTube paycheck. So YouTube is the first one up. This is going to fund giveaways, and that's pretty much it. It's just going to fund giveaways. Next up, we are doing family fun, and this one will likely change once the summer is over, because we wanted to make sure that we had a lot of money in here for the summertime, just because there are so many outdoor activities to do with our kids. Otherwise, they're in school most of the week during the school year, and so the need for family fun money significantly reduces. So this will be one that you see change, but for the time being, we're still funding it. Next up is dates, because my husband and I have you're laughing if you've watched my channel since the beginning, but we have this thing where every time we pay off a debt, like a particular credit card or like our car or whatever, we go on a date. We paid off our smallest credit card back in March, and we still have not gone on the date for that, but that doesn't mean that we can't fund our dates envelope. So it's important to us, because we go on dates so seldomly, that when we do, we can do something really nice and go to a really nice restaurant and like really enjoy our time. And so it's important to us right now to be putting money toward that, since this is unplanned income. And then because you pay yourself, or we do, as far as like spending money is concerned, we pay ourselves. I mean, it's nice to have spending money, and we don't, especially now that we are paying down our debt, we don't really spend all that often. Well, I still spend more than my husband does. He is a natural saver and I am a natural spender. But I don't spend nearly what I used to, which is a good thing. But one of the things that was important to me with both like Etsy and YouTube was that we got to pay ourselves spending money, so that we can enjoy a little bit of the fun money that we're bringing in. So the spending money categories, his and hers, both get funded with this paycheck. And then because this is an important thing to us right now and for the foreseeable future, we actually have a pretty decent project list for our home. Things that are important to us, that we want to be saving money for while we're paying down debt instead of waiting until our debt is done. So we needed ceiling fans. If you've seen that, we've purchased those, and now we're working on buying gutters for our house. So you can see, like, it's going to take us some time to pay down our debt. Our very, very aggressive goal is by August of next year. And we need gutters now. Anybody who is a homeowner And anybody who is in the field of home building will tell you not having gutters can actually do some damage to your house, in terms of like soil erosion around your foundation and things like that. So these are important things that we're saving for. These aren't just like for funsies. And ceiling fans are just necessary because, I mean, come on, like we live in Texas, so we needed to save up for those. So house project is one that gets funding from this side income thing. And then very last up for this one is dine out. We put so little toward that because we don't really eat out. I mean, if you've seen my grocery bill, you know why. I buy all the food that we need for every meal in our house. We don't ever eat out. But it's nice every now and then to give yourself a break. I get tired of cooking sometimes. So anyway, so with this percentage, or with these sinking funds in mind, so we've given 25% to taxes and 15% to our debt. And so the rest of the way, so YouTube gets 5%. This is more like a slow build kind of situation. Family Fun is currently getting 10%, as is dates. And my husband gets 8%. I get 10%. And before you come for us, or for me, these are percentages that he agreed to. First of all, because again, I'm the more spendy person, and the things that I spend money on are things that, you know, are spent more regularly. My husband is like looking to save for specific items long term. I'm a person who likes to refresh her wardrobe on a regular basis or buy a cute pair of shoes or whatever. And so that's the reason why I get a bigger percentage than my husband. It's not because this is my money and I earn it or anything like that. That is a foolish way to view it in general. We are a married couple. All of the money that comes into our house belongs to both of us. The same was true when I was exclusively a stay-at-home mom and he was the sole wage earner in our home. He never, ever made me feel like that was his money. It was our money to use as a family. And the same is true of my money that I'm earning now. It belongs to both of us. Stepping down off of that pedestal. Didn't know I was going to hop up on it. Sorry about that. House project also gets 10%, and dine out gets 5%. In future, I may break this down where I'm just like, you know, $5 at all of my sinking funds or whatever. But right now, this is just kind of how we want to structure it. The way that life changes and the way that different seasons are is going to kind of determine our percentages. But this is where we are right now. So with this in particular, that means that $12 is going towards YouTube. And then all of these dollar amounts I arrived at after figuring out what the percentage was and then just kind of like playing with the numbers a little bit. So Family Fun will be getting $25. Dates is also going to be getting $25. My husband will be getting $20. I'm getting $30. House project is getting, oh wait, I'm sorry. I don't get 10%. I get 12%. Eek. That's not coming off. You guys are probably not even going to notice that. Okay. House project gets $25. I noticed it because I was like, why is house project getting 25 if it's getting the same percentage as me? And then I realized, oh no, I didn't write that down properly. So I get 12%. My husband gets 8%. And then dine out will be getting $12 as well. So that is, oh, you can still see. Okay, cool. So that's how we have chosen to break this down for the time being. YouTube's paycheck is pure like fun money. I don't put any money back into my Etsy shop with this one. We just fund, you know, our sinking funds that we care about. So that is how we do it with this one, because it's one paycheck that comes in once a month. And so it's easy to just kind of map it out this way and break down the paycheck in this way. And so this is also, for those of you who may be new to the concept, this is a zero-based budget. This is literally planning out every dollar. Every dollar that I bring in of the $249.18 has a purpose, including the change. And the change will be going toward paying down our car. So that's how we do YouTube. However, Etsy is a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated. It's just a little bit more involved. Now, I could choose to just get, because the way that Etsy works, you can choose how and when you get paid. You can choose weekly, you can choose bi-weekly, you can choose monthly. And so then I would just get one big check in during the month. But what we decided to do was to get paid weekly and allow that money to also serve as a buffer in our checking account. So for those of you who may be new to my channel, you've never kind of seen the way we structure our budget, a good chunk of our money stays in the bank. We keep all of our bills money, like our mortgage, our water bill, our gas money, all of that stays in the bank. And it serves as a buffer for whenever and then we cash stuff our sinking funds. But in the off chance, it happens a lot, where I use my debit card to purchase something that I cash stuff for, there's going to be a discrepancy until I pay that money back to the bank from my cash envelopes. And so what we do is we use our bills money as a buffer until, I deposit that money back into the bank. And because now I get paid from Etsy and YouTube, we decided to just keep getting that money weekly, so that money is also serving as an extra buffer in the event of, I don't know, like some like random need where we need to use more money so that we don't overdraw our account. I don't know. We're just being like overly cautious, but it's nice to have that money in there as a buffer. And so because of that, that's why I use my monthly funding plan. Now, if you've ever, I'm going to have to see if I can find on my channel where I have used this before, but this is basically like whenever you're planning out how you're going to fund your envelopes on a weekly basis from your paychecks every month. That's what the purpose of this sheet is for, because then you can, map out like, your week 1 pay, your week 2 pay, your week 3 pay, and then all of your budget categories, and then how they are getting funded throughout the month. That's the purpose of this, but we actually have found that it's super, super useful for planning out our Etsy income. And I'll show you why. So up here, I map out literally from week to week. So I get paid every Monday from Etsy. And so I just write out the pay from that week. And then I have the categories all broken down over here. Under amount is where I put the percentages, and I'll write all of this out for you so that you guys can see. And then how it's getting funded that particular week. So that's how we're going to be breaking this down this week. So first, I will show you the categories that we fund with this one. It is a little bit different because a lot of the money goes back into the business. So first up, as per usual, taxes, and it gets 25%. And then also our debt, which is our car right now, so I'll just put car, gets 15%. And then Canva, which is the web platform that I use to design all of the things in my shop, and like export them into PDFs and all of that so that they're digital downloads and all of that kind of stuff. So that's the platform that I use, and I am a pro member, and it is like I can't remember. I think it's like $130 a year or something like that. Anyway, it breaks down to $10 a month. And so this is the only one that doesn't get a percentage. It's just the dollar amount, and it just gets $10 once a month. And so I always fund it with my first week, and then it's crossed out for the rest of the month. Just because as long as I'm paying $10, I pay it first. But as long as I'm paying that $10 at some point throughout the month, I just decided to do it the first week. Canva is funded for next year. It's already been funded. So I bought the pro account actually last year for something else, and it came out again in June. So I paid it in June with money that I had earned already from my Etsy shop and my digital downloads. Thank you for that. And so now I'm saving for it for next June. Then I break this down into materials. So these are all of the things that I need in order to make the physical products in my shop. So the laminating sheets, the vellum, that's really it. Laminating sheets and vellum, but it's expensive. So it gets a huge chunk of my Etsy pay every time. We give it 20%. And this is right now because I'm a big proponent of like front loading in the event of, I don't know, like an emergency, but because I want to make sure that I have all of the materials that I need for my shop, I give this, a lot of money goes back into that. And then next up is shipping supplies. And it needs not as much. And so we put 2% toward that. And this is literally just like shipping supplies. So like the boxes, I mean, if you ever order that much from me that you get a box, or the bubble mailers, and then, you know, just other like little things that I do for packaging, for shipping things out. Equipment is anything that I use to facilitate production. It gets 5%. I might change this one, but we'll see. So anything from my laminator to my paper cutter. Eventually, I'm saving up for a label maker right now because I want to just be able to print out sticky labels or shipping labels instead of printing out paper and taping it to your packages. So I'm saving for that right now. So stuff like that. Eventually, if I end up needing a new printer, or if I don't know, I can't think of anything right now, but you get the gist of it. So equipment gets 5%. And then that is it as far as like the business is concerned. And then we do fund some sinking funds as well, primarily house project, because again, this is an important one to us right now, and it gets 15%. And then from this also, my husband and I pay ourselves. So his and hers, and he gets 8% and I get 10%. And for the same reason that I get more in YouTube as well. I'm just more of a spendy person and he is just not. And then this month, because we wanted to make sure that we have enough money for our vacation next month, we did go ahead. This is our baseline structure. But we also added vacation this month, and there's no percentage for this one. I'll just kind of show you what we decided to do with this one. So week 1 from Etsy, I made $273.74. I'm just going to do the weeks and then we'll do the breakdown. Week 2, I made $451.71. Week 3, I made $91.65. And then week 4, I made $123.67. So first up, every single time, taxes gets 25%. And so that was $65, $112, $23, and then $30. And then for our car, as I mentioned before, this is where I put all of the change. So it's 15%, but then it was $39.74, $68.71, $12.65, and then $20.67. I had a thought and I was going to say something. Oh, this is the one, my car, the debt, you're not going to see me cash stuff for. That just stays in the bank. And then at the end of the month, my husband takes all of the money, adds it up, and then makes one like single car payment. Or payment toward our debt. So that's how that works. But everything else I will be cash stuffing for. Canva got its $10 the first week, and then that is it for the end of the month. It just needs $10 a month. And then with materials, the 20% came out to $54 for week 1, $90 for week 2, and $18 for week 3. And because my husband and I were wanting to make sure that we had enough money for vacation, we took most of week 4's pay and put it toward vacation. So that's just kind of how we finagled it this time. And so it is not getting anything. Materials didn't get anything for week 4. Same with shipping supplies. So it was $5, $10, and then $2, and then nothing week 4. Equipment is $13, $22, and then $5, and then nothing for week 4. House project, however, I did put some money toward all 4 weeks. So it is $40, $68, $13, and then $23. And then as far as my husband and I spending money, he was $21, $36, and then $8, and then nothing for week 4. And then I was $26, $45, $10, and then nothing for week 4. And then vacation, we put $50 toward that one. And so that is how we do the breakdown for this. So now that I have broken all of this down for you, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. It's difficult for me to explain kind of how we arrived at these percentages. This is like a shot in the dark kind of situation too. Especially like with Etsy, I just wanted to make sure that I was putting enough money back into the business so that I was never short of what I need in order to actually produce products. So to that end, actually, I'm looking into adding some pretty cool physical products into my shop. I'm so excited about them. So be on the lookout for an announcement for that soon. Yeah, so that's just, we kind of took a stab at it, tried to decide, okay, what do we think is a fair percentage as far as this is concerned? And then being very, very flexible and open to, if this needs to change, we will just change it. We'll pivot and change it out the next month. So, but if you do have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'll answer to the best of my ability. So that's how we break this down. The YouTube paycheck, it's just like my simple paycheck plan. And then the Etsy paychecks, because they're paid weekly, they get I use my monthly funding plan sheet for this. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I will link the bundle that these are in below. So now that we have that all situated, I will zoom you guys back out and we will stuff the cash. So let's get to it. Oh my gosh, this is already the longest video known to man. I'm so sorry, you guys. I promise I'll be judicious in my editing so that you're not watching like an hour-long video, because holy smokes, that's insane. So I didn't even mention this before, but the total earned between Etsy and YouTube for the month of July was $1,189.95. And $179.95 of that goes straight to debt. The rest of it, which is $1,010, is what I'm going to be stuffing here today. So I am not going to count it because this video is already long enough. You'll just have to trust that I know that it's $1,010. I pinky swear I would not lie to you. So first up, we will just go right into my business binder because it's just kind of easier to start there. So first up is materials, and materials is getting a total of $162 today. So 150, 62. And if you've been around my channel long enough, you know that I am not bothered by like singles or like odd numbers or anything like that. It just is what it is. It all adds up. So now in materials, I have 100, 50, 200, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. So $248 in materials. And I still have not put my cash trackers in these envelopes, but I'll get there. Next up is equipment, and equipment is getting a total of $40 today. I just have one sad little one in there. So now we've got 41 in equipment. Next up, shipping supplies, and shipping supplies is getting $17. 10, 5, and then 2 ones. And now in shipping supplies, I have 10, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32 in shipping supplies. Oops. I may change this percentage up. I'm not really sure yet. I mean, I only give it 2%, so I'll probably just keep it. Anyway, YouTube is getting $12 this week. So 10, 11, 12. And now in YouTube, I have 10, 15, 16, and 17. I might change this percentage too, but we'll see. We're still playing. We're still playing and figuring it all out, you know? And then of course Canva gets its $10. And so now we've got 20 in Canva. These bills are like all janky and foldy and goodness gracious. Anyway, oh man. It's folded on the corner and now it doesn't want to go in the envelope. There we go. Oh gosh, that's offensive. Last up, even though it gets the most, is taxes, but I put that last because it offends me. And taxes is getting a total of $292 today. So 250, 70, 90, 2. This is why taxes offends me. No other envelope is getting this much money, but it's fine. Now in taxes, I have 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 500, 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So $577 in taxes. So when I do my bill condensing, 500 of this will go to the bank because I will at least try to earn interest on the money before the government gets their grubby little hands on it. So anyway, so that is it for my business binder, my business sinking funds. And then we will just pop into, I think, do I have anything in high priority? don't think anything in here is getting funding this week. It's not. Oh, no. So high priority is not getting anything this week. It's all hanging out in low priority, I think. So typically my little cheat sheet that I have off to the side is like in order of where it falls in like my binder, and probably I should do that for these videos too, so that I'm not, you know, looking for it. But it's okay, we'll figure it out. So dine out is first up. There we go, combining words again. And it's getting $12 this week. So just said 10, 11, 12. And so that puts us at 10, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41 in dine out. And I'm gonna have to like skip around here. So I know these aren't getting anything. Oh, dates. We did say that dates is getting 25, which is fun. I'm telling you, this date is gonna be so good when my husband and I can actually go on it. We will so appreciate this date. So now in dates, we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 65, 75, bent quarter, 85, 95, 300, 1, 2, 3, and 4. $304 a day. We need to go on this date, for the love. We already know where we want to go and everything. It's this fantastic restaurant that I love so much. It's actually a bar, but the chef is incredible. Anyway, we'll eventually get there. His is up next. My husband is getting $85. So I just did 50, 70, wait, 80. Let me not mess this up and then have money left at the end like last time. 5. And so now my husband has 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 35, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So $357. So he will be happy about that. He is not here with me filming today, obviously. You would have heard from him by now. Next up is my spending money, and I'm getting 50 because if you will recall from my weekly check-in, I can't remember if it was, I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks before. Either way, I have to pay. I bought a waxing service, and so I bought like 2 services worth, and so I pulled from my lash lift and my hair envelope, and so I have to pay those envelopes back. But 50 is going in here. This is just my spending money, and it has 50, 70, 95, $101 in my spending money, which is delightful. And then Pretty Hair is getting $30 because I gotta pay that back. And so now Pretty Hair has 20, 35, 36, 37, and 38. And same with my lash lift. It is also getting $30. So 20 and a 10. And so now my lash lift has 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 74. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dryer in the background. Makes a little song. Ah, oh my goodness. All right. I really need this bow condensing. Next up is Family Fun. Family Fun is getting $25. 25. And now Family Fun has 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 96. We'll probably use some Family Fun to help supplement our vacation fund as well, just because we want to do all kinds of fun stuff. So Anyways, miscellaneous is not getting anything. House project, which I think I probably need to move up in the order here, but we'll figure it out. House project is getting $169. I think that's the rest of what's here. So whoops, evidently not. And 50, 60, 5, 66, 67, 68, and 69. What in the world has $51? Oh, okay. I will give this a count. Hold on. So now in house project, we have 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350, 360, 75, 85, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what did I just say? 396? No way. 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 310, 20. Wait. Oh my gosh, guys, it's like I've forgotten how to count. 100, 200, 50, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 360, 370, 375, 80, 85, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 396 in house project. That is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's my ice maker. My whole house is making noise for you guys today. Couldn't get that open. I didn't realize this. I was actually supposed to put $51 in my spending money. I'm sure that $1 is going to bother all of you. I am not putting it in the dollar savings challenge. So I have 50, 70, 95, 100, 1, and 2. $102 in my spending money, which is thrilling. And then last up is, oh, it's actually in our holiday. It's in holiday sinking funds. Oops. Getting the last lonely $50 bill there is vacation. And so now in vacation, we have 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 70, 90, 310, 330, 40, 50, 65, 75, 80. So 380 in vacation and 500 in the bank. So, but most of that is, the money in the bank is going toward, what's it going toward? Oh, the Airbnb, the rest of the Airbnb. So then this will just be like fun money on our vacation. So like, you know, eating out, doing activities, that sort of thing. So that's why we just wanted to beef it up a little bit more so that we had some spare cash to do some fun things while we're on vacation together. So anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video and being the reason why this video exists in the first place. I cannot thank you guys enough. Words will never be enough, but I hope that you truly understand how much it means to me that you guys are supporting me and by extension, my family in this way. I'm just eternally grateful. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video today, this little bonus content. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as I said before, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love it if you did. And then I will see you guys on Friday for our weekly check-in. So good stuff, you know, because you get to see how I spend my money too, which I'm excited about this Friday. I bought something that I'm actually really excited about. It's so nerdy. When you guys actually hear what I spent it on, you're going to be like, Veda, seriously, that's what you were excited about. But yes, it's what I'm excited about. So anyway, I will see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.